Hello, everyone. I just have a quick video that I'd like to share with you to remind you about how to use the fill handles in case you haven't used them in a while. As I'm seeing a lot of Excel worksheets without formulas. So let's have a look. Okay, so here we see a spreadsheet and we know that it has formulas. We click on the formula tab over here and click show formulas. And then you can actually see where these things are in terms of how we got the calculations. And this is critical for me to understand to check your work. Let's see what this looks like when we click on this. And you can see the exact cells over here. Notice the date changes from a regular calendar date. And then we have the formulas. This here means cell M3's value is going here. N3 is going here. And the value in this cell here is going to be the value of C4 plus E4 plus G4. And I'm going to take that off and you'll see everything revert back to the values. And so what we call this is relative cell values. So the idea behind this, and I'm just going to use this set of cells as an example, I'm going to take these all out. And then we have it set up. So for here, we have the value of M3 plus O3, right? So in other words, our census for adults and children plus the admissions and discharges, and then we have that. So using the fill handle, which is this little square right above my white cross, we can use this and either drag it, or what I like to do is to just click on it, and you'll see how the values fill in. Again, that's using the fill handle. So you'll see how when you click on these, the formula essentially goes down each row in what Excel and Microsoft call the relative cell values. This will save you a lot of time and make your work much more accurate in Excel. I hope you all found that useful. If you've gotten rusty on how to use Excel fill handles, it's a great way to set up a formula once in a spreadsheet and then bring it all the way down to ensure that your numbers are entirely accurate. If you have other questions about that, please check out the resources I put on Moodle under LinkedIn Learning, or you can see me during office hours. That's all I have for you. We'll see you online. Bye now.